Hello, everyone. For those who struggle hearing God's voice, I have a little bit of wisdom for you. So what happens is for those who struggle to hear God's voice, they'll need direction or something, and they go into their room or into a quiet place, and they listen for the Lord to speak to them. Maybe they wait 20 minutes and they don't hear anything. And they do that a few times, and then they say, oh, well, I can't hear God's voice. But I want to tell you, just because God doesn't speak right away doesn't mean he's not going to speak to you. So if you wait 20 minutes and he doesn't speak, then just leave it alone and wait for him to speak. It might be a few days later or a month later, but he can speak to you, and you'll just be going about your business, then bam, your answer will come. The other thing is that if God speaks to you and you don't obey, then let's say he gave you a task to do and you don't do it. Well, you just sort of go around the mountain and around the mountain until you obey. Like you won't move forward in your destiny like you should. You won't go to the next level sometimes because you haven't obeyed what he's asked you to do. You just sort of go around the mountain. The last thing is that sometimes when it's really important, it could even sever your fellowship. So if God told you something important to do and you don't do it, well, God will stop speaking until you obey the last thing that he told you to do. This has happened with me recently. The Lord was speaking to me like crazy, and he stopped speaking to me because I didn't obey something that he said. But when I went back to it, then he started speaking again. So this can happen, and it can even affect your time in worship. But you're still a Christian, even when you don't obey and your fellowship is severed. You're still a Christian. You're still going to heaven, but he won't be speaking to you as much as he was before because you have not obeyed the last thing he told you to do, and it was an important one. And sometimes when it hinges on your destiny, like for me, it was a key piece that would set me up for all that he had for me. So if I didn't obey that, then I couldn't move forward. So when you obey those things, he'll start speaking again. So that's just a little bit of wisdom. I hope this has helped you. Maybe you can see some areas in your life where you can grow. So thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.